I came home to find my stuff in trash bags on the lawn. My mother said, "You're 20. Time to grow up and stop leeching. Your room's now Dad's man cave." Then she added, "Also, you owe $3,000 for back rent. Pay by Friday or we're taking you to court." I just said, "Got it?" and left without another word. The next morning, I dropped off one envelope and blocked every number I knew. By noon, my uncle was at my job. My cousin was blowing up my phone and my mom was screaming in the driveway. So loud the mail carrier called 911. So IDK, if this is one of those posts where people are going to say, "This is fake." No way. But whatever. I just need to vent. NGL, if anyone's got advice or wants to roast me, go for it. I have no idea what the next move is, but I already know I'm not letting it slide. Not after this. So, start of the week, everything's kind of normal except my mom Dawn starts making these comments at breakfast like, "Oh, you're still here?" Or, "Wow, must be nice not paying rent." Not even subtle, but she's always been like that. One second she's chill, next she's acting like I'm some random dude squatting in her house, not her kid. TBH, my relationship with my parents has always been weird. Like, they're more into performing perfect family vibes than actually being a family, if that makes sense. My dad, Ronnie, just goes along with whatever, unless it's about his stuff. Then he'll actually get loud. Anyway, so Wednesday, I get home and first thing I notice, the TV's gone from the living room. That's weird, but I figure maybe Ronnie finally decided to move it to the basement like he's been threatening. I walk up the drive and there are these black trash bags, like 4 of them, just sitting in the middle of the lawn. My first thought is, did someone mess with our garbage? Then I see my old backpack sticking out and a hoodie I thought I lost. I just stood there for a second because I literally couldn't process it. Like, nah, this isn't real. I open the bag and it's all my stuff. Like, not just dirty laundry, but my laptop charger, my posters crushed, my old sneakers, the Switch, even my sketchbook. It's not even packed, just thrown in there. I look up and the lights are on in the kitchen and I see Dawn just watching me through the window. And then she disappears. I go to the door, but it's not locked. So, I walk in and immediately see the hallway is cleared out. All my shoes and jackets gone. The door to my room is wide open, and I hear voices, so I go in. Room's not my room anymore. It's honestly so on the nose, I almost laughed. The Dad's man cave sign is on the door, like actually nailed to it. Inside, Ronnie's moving his golf clubs in. There's a beer fridge in the corner, and my mattress is literally leaning against the wall. My posters, the ones not in the bag, are balled up in the trash. He just looks at me like, "Oh, you're here." Dawn is standing behind him, arms crossed, and she says, "You're 20. You're old enough to get out. We need the space, and you owe us back rent for the last year." She holds up this envelope with my name on it. Says, "It's $3,000, and if I don't pay by Friday, they're taking me to small claims." So, for context, I've always paid for my own stuff, food, gas, phone, whatever. I don't pay rent, but I cover groceries half the time and I pay the Wi-Fi bill because Dawn said it was easier if I set it up. She's always called me lazy because I didn't move out at 18 like she did, but TBH I stayed because rent out here is nuts and I already work 2 jobs. I told them I was saving, not sitting around. But it's like they never heard it. Dawn's whole thing is she thinks if she pushes me hard enough, I'll just suddenly become this real adult and make her look good. I guess she's always comparing me to my cousins like Tracy who's got her own place or my uncle Orlando who's always bragging on Facebook about his kids. So I stand there and I'm pissed, but I don't want to give them the satisfaction of seeing me yell or whatever. Ronnie is just ignoring me at this point, moving his toolbox in like he's been waiting for this. Dawn says, "You can take your stuff, but only what's in the bags. And if you come back for anything else, we'll call the cops." She's acting like I'm some random guy crashing in their basement. Not the kid she used to drag to t-ball practice and then forget to pick up. I ask her, "When did you decide this?" She says they've been talking about it for months, but you never listen anyway. I notice she's filming me on her phone, which is so wild I almost snatch it out of her hand, but I don't. I go outside. The neighbors are definitely watching. I see Tracy's car drive by. She slows down, looks right at me, then just keeps going. She could have stopped, but nah. My phone buzzes. It's her. One text. Everything okay? I don't text back. I start loading my stuff into my car. It's old. I fixed it up myself. Not fancy, but it runs. Dawn comes out and stands by the porch, arms crossed, just watching. I grab the last bag, try to slam the trunk, but it bounces, so I just shove it closed and it finally sticks. Dawn hands me the envelope, all official, like she's serving me papers. I take it, don't say anything. She tells me again Friday or we're going to court. I get in the car and just sit there for a second. I'm not going to act like I was all stoic, but I wasn't about to cry in front of her. I just kept thinking, this is so extra. Like, who does this to their kid? I check my phone, a bunch of missed calls from her, couple from Ronnie and Tracy again, but I don't answer. I drive out. I see Ronnie waving from the window like he just won something. I go to a parking lot, sit there for a while. I go through the bags. Half my clothes are missing. My laptop is gone. Only the charger's in there. I text Tracy, where's my stuff? She doesn't answer. So yeah, I crash in my car that night. Not like I have a ton of options. Scroll through Reddit, doom scroll, TikTok, whatever. I keep thinking about how Dawn always said stuff like, you'll never make it on your own. You're too soft. You don't know how the world works. I never thought she'd actually just dump me out like this. Not with a zero warning. Not like I'm some stranger. I keep replaying the last convo in my head. Dawn's face so smug. The envelope. The way Ronnie was just moving my stuff out like he'd been waiting for the green light. I start thinking if they want to play games, fine. I can play too. They want to make this about money. Let's make it about money. Next morning, I wake up early, go to a coffee shop, start making a list of every single thing I've paid for in that house since I turned 18. Bills, groceries, stuff they put in my name for convenience, all of it. I'm not just going to let them throw me out and flip the script like I'm some bum. I'm not the one who owes here. I drive back to the house, drop the envelope on the porch, don't even bother knocking. I block Dawn, Ronnie, Tracy, everybody. Whatever happens next, I'm done being their scapegoat. Nongla, if they think this is over, they're about to have a real surprise. Update 1. So, yeah, didn't expect so many people to read the first post, TB. But I said I'd update if anything happened. And I didn't even sleep the whole night. Just kept replaying everything and making new lists in my notes app. I wasn't about to just let them win. Not after all the years of Dawn. My mom talking about how I don't know what responsibility is and then pulling this. So, after sleeping in my car, yeah, it sucked. Seat doesn't even go all the way back. I go to this coffee shop with free Wi-Fi and start digging through old emails, bank stuff, receipts, all that. I'm going line by line through the bills and it hits me. There's a bunch of stuff I've been paying for, not just groceries or my phone, like the Wi-Fi, electric bill. They put it in my name when I turned 18. Said it was easier for paperwork, and even some random streaming subs I don't even use. I check my bank app and there are automatic payments going back years for stuff that's not even mine. Like, why am I paying for their Netflix? I don't even watch it. I message Dawn to ask about it before I block her, and she just sends me this thumbs up emoji. So, yeah, not helpful. It isn't just the money, though. It's the way she did it. Like, no warning, just boom, you're out, pay up. I start thinking about all the times she'd guilt me for not being ambitious enough, saying stuff like, Tracy, my cousin, had her own place, or Orlando, my uncle, says real men pay rent, blah blah. She's obsessed with how things look to the family. Like, she's got to prove she's the tough love mom who makes her kid a real adult, whatever that means these days. I know she's telling people I'm lazy and ungrateful. Tracy even texted me after she drove by just you good. Like she didn't just see my whole life on the lawn. I go through the trash bags again and it's actually wild how much of my stuff is missing. Like my laptop isn't there but the charger is. My hoodie is trashed but my old textbooks are gone. I text Tracy again asking if she saw anything, but she just says she doesn't want to get in the middle. Classic. So I start making a spreadsheet. That is, like I'm prepping for some IRS audit. Every grocery run, every bill, every time I covered takeout or bought stuff for the house, It adds up fast. I'm not exaggerating. It's over $3,000 easy. Probably more if I dig into the utilities. Dawn always had an excuse for why stuff went in my name, but now it's clear she was planning this. She wanted a number she could throw at me, make me look like the mooch, but she's the one who owes. I decide I'm not just going to sit around and get called a leech. So, I write up my own invoice. Yeah, I know how petty that sounds, but FR? I'm past caring. I print it out at the library, put it in an envelope, just like she did with her back rent. I write, "You have until Friday to pay me back for everything I've covered, or I'm taking this to small claims." I throw in a line about the stuff she lost or trashed, my Switch, laptop, jackets, shoes, and I put down the actual numbers with receipts. I make copies of everything, email it to myself, and upload it to my drive just in case. Before I block Dawn and Ronnie, I send one last text. "Check your porch." Then I block them. I block Tracy, even though she's probably just caught in the crossfire, but whatever. I'm not dealing with any of them right now. Not going to lie. I was expecting a call or someone to show up at the coffee shop, but nothing. Just radio silence for a while. But then I see Orlando, Uncle Don's brother, post some weird passive-aggressive thing on Facebook about kids these days not understanding respect. And I know it's about me. He's always been on Don's side, always talking about how I need to man up and stop freeloading. I never even asked him for anything. Dude's just bitter BC. His own kid moved out at 19 and never calls. I know he's going to get involved. He can't help himself. Anyway, I spend the rest of the day just trying to find a place to crash. I text a friend from high school. He's got a spare couch, says I can stay for a couple nights, so I take him up on it. I drive over, drag my trash bags inside, and he just looks at me like, "Damn, rough day." I tell him the basics, and he doesn't even know what to say. He offers me a beer, and we just sit there scrolling. I keep checking my phone, waiting for someone to show up or blow up my messages, but it's just quiet. Next morning, I get up early and check my email. There's 3 messages from Dawn, blocked on my phone, but she found my Gmail. All saying the same thing. "You're making a mistake. Pay up or we'll take you to court." I just archive them. Then I get a text from Tracy. I forgot to block her on Signal, saying Orlando wants to talk and that I'm hurting the family. I just laugh. I'm not the one who threw my stuff in the yard. About mid-morning, my friend's mom comes home and asks what's going on, why I have so much stuff, why I'm not at home. I tell her and she just shakes her head. Says families are rough sometimes, but that I can't stay forever. I get it. I'm not going to overstay. I'm already looking for a room to rent, but everything's expensive or sketchy, so it's slow going. Then I get another email from Dawn. This one is longer. Basically, just a wall of text about how I broke her heart and how she's done everything for me. And now I'm turning on her. She says she showed my invoice to Ronnie and he doesn't recognize any of the stuff I listed, which is a joke because I literally have receipts with his name on the orders. She says if I keep harassing her, she'll go to the police. I just reply with screenshots, then block her email too. Around lunchtime, I get a call from an unknown number. I answer, and it's Orlando already mad. He starts ranting about how I'm embarrassing the family and making Dawn sick with stress. I say, "You didn't care when Dawn threw me out. Why do you care now?" He says I'm being dramatic and that all I have to do is apologize and pay what I owe and they'll let me back. I hang up. He calls back. I block him. So, now I'm just sitting in my friend's living room, trash bags everywhere, phone buzzing nonstop. Tracy texts again, says Orlando is coming to talk to you, and that I should just drop it before things get worse. I text her back. If he shows up, I'm calling the cops. I'm not kidding. She just says, "Don't make it worse, please." They're all freaking out. I don't care. Don wanted to make it about money, so it's about money. They want to threaten legal action. Cool. Let's go. I've got every single bill and Venmo and email saved. They want to make me the villain. Fine, I'll play the part if it means they finally get a taste of what they dish out. I end up walking to the old house late that night. Not to talk, just to look. The lights are on. I see Ronnie in the man cave through the window. Dawn in the kitchen scrolling her phone. It's like nothing even happened. I leave the second I see Dawn look up. I'm not giving her the satisfaction. Next day, I wake up to a bunch of missed calls. Tracy Orlando, one from a number I don't know. I check my email and now Dawn's saying she's getting a lawyer. I just screenshot it all and send it to myself. I'm not backing down no matter how loud they get. They wanted a fight. Now they've got one. If they want to drag me to court, I'll see them there. They're not going to win. Not this time. To be continued, I guess. And I have a feeling things are about to get way messy, eh? Update 2. So yeah, here's the wildest part so far. I thought maybe they'd just ignore me or hit me with more threats, but nah. It's like I poked a whole hive. I'm not exaggerating. It's been like a full-on family meltdown since I dropped the envelope. For context, I crashed at my friend's again the night before. Still have the trash bags in his garage. He keeps joking about charging me rent El Mayo. At least he's got a sense of humor. But I barely slept. I get up stupid early, like before the sun, and just drive back over to the house. I didn't even park out front. Just rolled up, got out, dropped the envelope on the porch and dipped. Didn't knock, didn't ring, just left it right on the mat with my name in big letters so Dawn couldn't miss it. Blocked everyone before I even got back in the car. I didn't even look at the house. I just wanted out of there. By the time I get back to my friends, I'm expecting silence, but my phone is already blowing up. Except now it's mostly random numbers and Tracy on signal. I ignore them, toss my phone face down, and try to eat breakfast, but it's not sticking. Just sitting there thinking about what I did. I'm not going to act like I'm some mastermind planning this for weeks. It was just pure rage and spite, but it felt right. Like they wanted to make it business. I'll make it business. About an hour later, my old phone starts buzzing again, but this time it's calls from numbers I don't even know. I open up my email and there's a whole essay from Dawn talking about how I'm harassing her and making her feel unsafe in her own home. She attaches a photo of the envelope like it's a police report. She says I'm making up charges and she won't pay a cent and that she's keeping my laptop as collateral. I just laugh. She's acting like I'm some scammer, not her kid who literally paid the Wi-Fi every month so she could watch her true crime shows. Then right after, I get this one-line email from Ronnie. Return the key and stop this nonsense. That's all he says. Are you okay? Nothing. Classic. I finally text Tracy back. Just you knew about this. She takes forever to reply, but when she does, it's all mixed. She says Dawn told her I was spiraling and she should stay out of it, but also that Orlando called her and said he's getting involved. She says she doesn't want drama, just wants everyone to be civil. I don't even answer. I know she's just trying to keep peace because she hates conflict, but it still stings. So, I'm trying to move on with my day, but Orlando calls me from a block number. I shouldn't have answered, but whatever. I was tired and just wanted to get it over with. He starts out all calm like, can't we just talk about this? But then goes full angry uncle, saying I'm embarrassing the whole family and making Dawn ill. He says if I don't drop it, he'll make sure everyone knows what I did and that no one will want to help me. I just tell him I have receipts and I'm not bluffing. He starts yelling, says I'll regret this, and I just hang up. After that, the rest of the morning is just me dodging calls and checking email. A couple of Dawn's friends start messaging me on Facebook saying I should respect my parents and be grateful for what I had. Like what? Grateful for getting tossed out with no warning and a fake bill? Whatever. I go out for a walk just to get out of my friend's house. Maybe clear my head. When I come back, my friend says some guy was at the door asking for me. Older looked pissed. That's got to be Orlando. So, I just stay inside and keep all the doors locked. I'm not about to get cornered on my friend's porch. Tracy texts again. Says Orlando is out looking for you and that I need to just pay Dawn what she wants and let it go. I text back. I'll see them in court. I'm not scared. Midway through the day, Dawn calls my friend's mom. No clue how she got the number, probably Tracy, and starts yelling at her that I'm causing problems and disturbing the peace. My friend's mom just tells her to stop calling and hangs up. After that, Dawn sends me a message that she'll ruin me if I keep pushing. I just screenshot everything. I get another email, this time from Ronnie, saying, if I try to come on their property again, he'll call the cops. This is the same dude who used to ask me to fix his car for free. Now he's threatening police over a piece of paper.
But
I start to feel the family trying to close ranks like they're all circling wagons. Orlando is the enforcer. Dawn is the victim. Ronnie just wants his man cave and to not deal with anything. Tracy is caught in the middle, but honestly she's not helping, just making it more confusing. She keeps texting me to just talk to them. But there's nothing to talk about. I want my stuff. I want my money. And I want out. The whole thing is just so crazy because it's not just about the money. It's about them acting like I'm some stranger, like I didn't live there for 20 years. Dawn keeps saying I'm hurting her and I should be grateful she didn't throw me out sooner, which is insane. I start wondering if she just wanted me gone so she could show off to her friends or whatever. Like, look how tough I am. I made my son a man. Except she didn't. She just made me pissed. By late afternoon, I get a final email from Dawn saying she's consulted a lawyer, and that if I keep threatening her, she'll get a restraining order. I just reply with a copy of my invoice and a note that I'm happy to see her in small claims. After that, I block her email. Through all this, my friend's mom starts getting nervous about me staying. She says she doesn't want any drama on her doorstep and that I need to find somewhere else to go. Can't blame her. But now I'm scrambling to find a new couch or cheap room. I start messaging people on Insta and Discord, seeing if anyone's got space. I'm not giving up, but it's getting more stressful now that Dawn's trying to drag everyone down with her. The last thing that happens is Orlando shows up at my friend's place when I'm not even there. My friend calls me like, "Yo, your family is wild. This dude was banging on our door and yelling." I just tell him to lock up and ignore it. I text Tracy, "Tell Orlando to back off or I'll call the cops." She just says, "Don't make it worse." You know how he gets. I'm not scared. I'm not backing down. They wanted to play hardball. So now it's on. I've got receipts. I've got all the proof. And I'm not letting them steamroll me just to protect their pride. Dawn wanted to make a scene. She's about to get one. Next step, I'm going to start making noise where it hurts. If they want to drag this out, I'll make sure everyone in the family knows exactly what they did. No more covering for them. No more staying quiet. They made this war, not me. I'll update again when they finally realize I'm not bluffing. Nangle, at this point, I hope they try to take me to court. I want them to see how it feels. Part 4 coming. Things are about to blow up. Final update. So, I thought things were wild before, but I was wrong. If you ever think your family drama can't get more extra, just wait until your mom decides to go full soap opera in broad daylight. Angel, I'm still kind of processing how nuts today got, but I'm putting it here so I don't forget any details. So, everyone who messaged me, just move on, sees what actually happens when you stand up for yourself. First thing, I barely slept last night because my phone would not shut up. Tracy was triple texting. Orlando kept popping up on blocked numbers and I started getting DMs from random FB relatives I haven't seen in years. Everyone acting like I started World War II for not just taking the L and apologizing to Dawn and Ronnie. Sure. Morning starts normalish. I'm crashing at my friend's still and I wake up to his mom making coffee and not even looking at me. She clearly wants her house back to normal and I get it. I'm not mad, just tired. I grab a bagel, sit there scrolling, ignoring the group chat where Dawn is now, sending family prayer memes like that's going to guilt me into coming home. Tracy keeps texting that Dawn is not eating, not sleeping. She's making herself sick and I should just be the bigger person. I tell her I'm done. I'm not paying fake rent. Not after how they dumped me. She leaves me on read. I got stuff to do, so I head out. I don't even make it to lunch before Orlando pulls up at my job. Not kidding. Dude's in the parking lot standing by my car. He's not yelling yet, but he's pacing, tapping his phone, just waiting for me. I go out to see what's up. And he goes straight into it like, "You need to get your act together. You're embarrassing Dawn. She's been crying for days." I tell him I'm not apologizing. I want my stuff and I want what they owe me. He says I'm acting like a child, that no one in the family supports this. I just tell him, go ahead, tell everyone. I'll send the receipts to the family chat myself. He gets in my face, pokes my shoulder, calls me ungrateful. I push his hand off and tell him back up. He tries to block me from getting in my car, so I walk around him. He's still yelling as I leave, and I slam my door so hard it rattles. I just dip. While I'm driving, Tracy is blowing up my phone, calling, texting, Signal, Insta, everything. Half the messages are like, please just talk to them. And half are, you're ruining everything. Why can't you just be normal? I finally just mute her everywhere. I'm tired of hearing both sides. I'm not going back. I pull into the driveway at my friend's and there's Dawn's car. I just sit there for a sec, thinking maybe she'll leave, but she doesn't. She's out of the car pacing, waving her phone around like she's recording. My friend cracks the door, says, dude, your mom's here and she's yelling at the mail carrier. I get out, walk up, and Dawn is straight up screaming at me from the sidewalk. She's saying I'm a thief. I stole from the family. I'm making her life hell. All that. She's got her phone in my face. I just say, you wanted to play legal games? I'm playing. Pay up or see me in court. She tries to slap my arm. Misses. Then starts yelling at the mail carrier who's literally just trying to drop off some Amazon packages. I tell her if she doesn't leave, I'm calling the cops. She yells back, go ahead, call them. Maybe they'll finally arrest you. The mail carrier, who I guess has seen enough, pulls out her phone and calls someone. Dawn is still yelling, now at the mail carrier. Now at my friend's mom, who's come outside to see what's up. My friend's mom tries to talk Dawn down like, you're embarrassing yourself. Just go home. Dawn won't listen. She's crying, shouting, saying I'm ruining her reputation. She sacrificed everything for me, etc. I'm not even listening at this point. I just want her off the property. I tell her again, you come near me again, I'll get a restraining order. She calls me heartless and slams her car door so hard it shakes. She just sits there honking for a bit before finally peeling out. Like 10 minutes later, 2 cop cars roll up, lights on, but no sirens. They talk to the mail carrier, then to me, then to my friend's mom. I explain Dawn's not allowed here. She's threatening me. She won't leave me alone. I show them the texts, the emails, everything. They say they can't do much unless she actually puts her hands on me or comes back, but they'll file a report. I ask if I can get a restraining order and they say I can go to the courthouse and file. They leave after a while. Just another headache. I go back inside. Friend's mom says I got to find a new place soon. She's not mad, just doesn't want cops and drama at her house. I get it. I spend the rest of the afternoon texting everyone I know, looking up rooms for rent, anything. Tracy keeps calling. Says Dawn is hysterical. That Orlando is threatening to sue me for defamation. I tell her, let him try. I'm done playing nice. So now it's just me and my bags looking for a place to crash. I got no family anymore, but I've got my proof. And I'm not dropping the money thing. I'm going to follow it through. Even if I have to go to court alone, I'm not letting them walk over me again. I don't care if they block me. I don't care if they talk trash in the family group chat. They wanted to cut me off. Now they get to see what it's like when I don't just roll over. No regrets. Honestly, this whole thing made me way harder than I thought I was. I'd rather be alone and broke than let them keep winning. I'll update if anything wild happens, but for now, I'm done with all of them. Thanks for reading. Father, maybe it'll help someone else not take the bait when their family tries to guilt them into being a doormat. If you're in the middle of it, do what you got to do. Sometimes burning the bridge is the only way.